Toliver, Travis Scott, Rosary. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a pretty good episode for you today. Toliver has officially dropped his new album called Octane. Now, I'll be real with you, I don't really listen to Toliver's music that much, but I remember back in 2024, we were checking out a lot of Toliver tracks. He had a track with fucking some K-pop star. They needed some other song, so we did some Toliver reviews, but this is his big old album. Apparently, they're saying, too, after this album's out, it's going to be a long time before Toliver drops any new music. So this is the kind of final hurrah for a little bit of a break, which is, put out your best work, then kind of, dip out. That's usually how a lot of artists usually go. So, hell yeah. So let's just get into it. Let's fucking talk about it, starting off with the goddamn beat. Now, I'll say this beat is pretty basic. I was really trying to give it a chance, but it is kind of that simple-ass melodic guitar trap beat. There's nothing really, making it stand out. I'd say the only thing that's making it really stand out here is that sample in the back. So you do have a sample in the background that sounds pretty fucking good. But other than that, this is pretty basic. Drums are pretty basic, and the guitar, in my opinion, is just sounding a little too samey. A little too much of what I've heard from, before and after, what I've heard years and years of covering this podcast show. This is the same ass instrumental that I've heard and used. Yeah, nothing crazy with this instrumental. I'd say it gets the job done, but I wish there was some more to it. Maybe like a beat switch. Maybe just adding something to it. So I do wish there was a little bit more to this beat, but not everything's the beat. So let's now move on because there's really not much to say with the beat. Now, what I will say is about Toliver on the hook. I really tried to give this hook a chance. I really tried to listen to it. I really tried to be like, all right, this might not be my vibe, but I might still like it. I'm just gonna be real. The flow is way too basic. The vocal style is so, bare bones to me that I'm just not having a good time listening to the hook at all. My big problem with Toliver's music sometimes is that it can just be some of the most sounding low-effort shit that I've heard. And then there's times where Toliver will sing his fucking ass off. We'll hear vocal switch-ups. You'll hear the flow switching up. You'll have all of that for Toliver, and then you'll have tracks like, Rosary, where it's just like, well, the same vocal style, and the vocal style is not that good. It sounds like he's falling asleep fucking recording this song. And once we get to Travis Scott, that gets even fucking worse. So it just kind of blows me away how basic this song sounds, how nothing, this song has is just boring. The vocals on the hook are so boring. I'm just rolling my fucking eyes listening to them. And then we get into the verse, and you're thinking, maybe the verse has a little bit more to it. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but the verse is the same as the hook, but a little bit longer. So you have moments where you could have had a flow switch. You could have had something that set this song Rosary apart. So there was opportunities to add more to the song, but there's just none of that in here. So I just can't give it that much praise when it's just that much fucking basic. So I don't like Toliver's hook, and I really do not like this verse. And there's moments where this beat just kind of lets it play out and just, kind of just casually just, lets the fucking instrumental play out. Nobody's adding more flow switches, adding more to the song. And I get it. Vibes are vibes. But I feel like, if you're going to do this type of vibe song, this trap guitar melodic song, which has been done over and over and over again. The only thing that's a little bit different is that there's a sample in the background. That's the only thing that's fucking different. Maybe you could add a little bit more. And it gets even worse when we get to Travis Scott, because Travis Scott, oh my fucking God, Travis Scott surprises me. Sometimes Travis Scott does. Sometimes I listen to Travis Scott and I'm go, okay, this shit's fucking fire. But sometimes I listen to Travis Scott and I'm just like, did he fall asleep? Did he give up while he was recording? Did he not even fucking care at all? It just blows my fucking mind. So let's talk about Don Toliver's verse on Rosary. Guess what? Well, it sounds like Travis Scott is actively falling asleep while fucking recording his verse. You know, that's always a good thing to have. No vocal switches, no flow switches. It's the same ass flow that I've heard from Travis Scott for so long. And the worst part is, he's not even trying on here. Doesn't even feel like it. So overall, guys, when we talk about this song, we talk about Don Toliver, Travis Scott coming together for Rosary. Really basic melodic guitar trap beat. Not much to it, just, you know, adding a little bit of a sample. And then Travis Scott gave me a very boring, sleepy-ass fucking verse. Don Toliver also gave me a sleepy-ass verse. And then Don Toliver also gave me a basic-ass hook that has nothing fucking to it. I didn't enjoy Rosary that much. Not my vibe. I wish there was a little bit more to it. Overall, I'm just going to give this song like an easy 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank y'all so much for listening to this podcast episode. It means a lot to me. We're going to keep dropping new content every single day. We got more Don Toliver. I think we're also maybe doing some K-pop stuff tomorrow. You know, it's going to be something like that, you know. Anyways, thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all for 5K. You know, I've already said a thank y'all, but I might as well say thank y'all again for supporting the fucking show. 5,000 plays on season 12. We're just getting up there, and getting up there. So, means a lot to me. Yeah, this Don Toliver song didn't really hit for me. I'm going to try to give Don Toliver's album a chance. You know, there is a little way that I could just kind of listen to it, have a good time. So I will try to give the album a chance. But I'm not going to lie. I probably should have never picked Rosary to start out, but hey, I did it, and now I gotta fucking listen to some boring-ass fucking shit. Anyways, guys, y'all have a good one.